This is the Mavic Air 2, and before I get started, yes, I know, this camera is considered to be old news since it was made like 8 months ago, and in the drone world and the technology world, 8 months is like 2 years or 10 years, but to me, this drone is brand spanking new, and that's mainly because this is the first cinematography drone that I've ever personally owned. Now before I used to fly this little drone, which this is a little Walkera drone, and it's a great intro drone. It's relatively inexpensive, but this is a fully manual drone. You had to learn how to orbit and control every single aspect of this drone. And then we moved on to these little mini drones, which we built these and we flew these inside, and it really helped us practice our skills and just kind of learn how to fly a drone and manually control everything and do flips and stuff like that. But after that, I moved on to a Phantom 3, and I always had to borrow that drone. And that drone was made in like 2015, so it's been like 5 years since I've seen a brand new drone and see how far they've come. So I figured we might as well just get going with that one, and we'll get this Mavic Air 2. So let's just get into this one and see what it looks like. Now I got the Fly More combo, and that's only because it comes with 2 extra batteries, and I think the base combo only has 1 battery, and that combo costs $7.99. And you can buy 2 extra batteries, but it's probably gonna cost you the same amount as the Fly More combo, and you get way more stuff with the Fly More combo. So that's the one that I went with. This one's priced at $988, and if you live in Texas, then after taxes, it's gonna cost you a little over $1,000. Now, if you've watched my vlog, you already know that I've opened this up and checked it out. I just didn't do a very in-depth unboxing of everything that this thing comes with, so that's what we're gonna do right now. There we go. All right. First look, I love it. It feels like it's money well spent. It looks clean, it looks organized, it's minimal packaging, it looks luxurious, and it makes me feel good about buying this product. So they did a great job at their presentation, and I know all of the goodies are gonna be in this little bag here, and this is going to have the props and the user manuals inside. Let's go ahead and pop this open. Let's take that stuff out. Just give a little pull. There we go. So we got our user manuals. And then we also, on the other side of this, we have our props. Now, the drone comes without props on it, and they're gonna be in these little bags, and it says like A and B, and it tells you where to put them on the drone. So you just do that and you're set. Let's get into the actual bag in the box, which is where all the goodies live. Okay. So here's a look at the bag. It feels like it's a nylon material, so I know it's gonna be weather resistant, and it's gonna be hard to tear this thing or damage it in general. It feels really thick and sturdy. It feels padded on the inside. And as far as bags go, it looks like a good bag. So let's just go ahead and turn it up, and we'll just give this thing an unzip. And let's see what we got inside. All right, there's a lot to unpack here. So we have our drone here on the right. We have a box of accessories. We have our 3-banger charger right here. And we have our plug, and we have the remote control. There's also a zipper pocket that's gonna have a bunch of small accessories. So let's just go ahead and unpack this thing. First, we have the drone. It looks super tiny, especially when it's folded up like this. And I love this gimbal guard. Compared to the Phantom 3, this gimbal guard is superb. I love it. And this is a really small body. I love the way that looks. And now we have our 3-banger charger right here. We just plug them in right there, and then this is the power connector. So that's pretty simple. And then we have our box of accessories. Let's just set that out of the way for now. And we have the remote control, which is awesome. The little joysticks are right here on the bottom, so you just pop those out and screw them in right there. And then I love that this thing is like spring-loaded, where you put your phone or anything right there. And the cables kind of lie like under there, and it comes with other phone connectors, so you don't have to worry about that. It has everything that you need. So I really love the way this remote looks. It feels good in your hands. It's thick, it feels sturdy, so I love that about it as well. And then we also have our power cable for the power brick. So let's just get this thing out of the way. All right, let's talk about the size of this drone real quick. I mean, look at this thing. When it's folded up, it's literally smaller than the size of my head. I can take this and I can throw it in any of my bags and it's gonna be fine. And then I can take it out, unfold it, get the shot that I want, fold it back up, and just throw it back in my bags. It's so compact and so small. It's fine. I love that about this thing. And it's super quick to set up. Like, I just have to unfold the arms and we're good to go. I mean, like, look at how small of a footprint this thing leaves. This drone is so small. And when you get about 30 feet up in the air, you can't even hear it. It's so quiet. So that's one thing that I really love about that drone. And another thing is this thing shoots in 4K at 60 frames per second. I saw something that said slow-mo mode that might be in 120 frames per second. Now I'm sure that's gonna cut the resolution down to 1080, but still, like, 4K at 60 frames per second is a banging good deal. All right, next you have the remote. And as I stated earlier, you kind of have to pop the joysticks out of the bottom here, and then you screw them in on the top up here. Now I wish I didn't have to do this every time, but I understand why they're making you store them in the bottom. It's just to save space. And on the top here, you have to pull this thing out to get your phone and stick it in there. And it has every single cable that you're gonna need for any of your phones. So you just close that back up. And then finally you have your modes, and that's something new to me. So you got your tripod mode, and that's gonna be something that's gonna give you really smooth motions and movement with your drone. It's like a drag on a tripod, basically. And then you got your normal mode, which it's gonna behave like a normal drone. And then you got sport mode, which that means it's just gonna go a lot faster, and you can hear it when it's going faster, but that's all sport mode is. It's just quicker movements and more high-powered speed. But I usually fly on normal. All right, next you have your accessories. So let's clean this stuff up. Okay, so you have your basic power cable, nothing special there. Then you have your accessory box, and in this box you got one little battery, little nugget, and then you have another battery, and then you're gonna have your basic power brick, and then you're gonna have a USB-C to a USB-A. And now this cable is gonna charge your remote, and then on your power brick, you have your power, and then you have your USB-A, and then you have their unique little charging cable. And the way that works is it's gonna plug into your 3-banger right here. So it's gonna plug in right there. So you just plug that guy in. Let's see, what way do we have to go? That way. So you just plug that in, and then you'll take your 3 batteries and just plug them in. Pretty simple. And then plug it in the wall, and now your 3 batteries are charging. Now, one thing to note, this is just gonna charge them in a chain, so it's gonna do them one after the other. It's not gonna charge them all at the same time, so it's gonna charge this one to its completion, and then it's gonna move to this one, and then it's gonna charge that one fully, and then it's gonna move to this one. So it's not gonna charge them all at the same time. It's gonna do them one after the other. Now you can buy an aftermarket one, or DJI might sell one that's gonna charge them all at the same time, but I charge my stuff overnight anyway, so that doesn't really bother me that much. This is just fine. I'm gonna take this charger and we're good. All right, last but not least, and I bet you forgot because I did the first time I opened this thing, and that is the top zipper pouch here. And if you go ahead and unzip this, it has a bunch of little goodies in there. We have our extra power that has 2 USB-As on it. So I guess you can plug that into your power and charge something. I don't really know. And then you have your ND filters, which we'll get to in a minute. And then you have your phone connectors. So you have a USB-C to a micro USB. And then you also have a USB-C to USB-C. And you also have 2 little joysticks, just in case if you lose the ones that it came with. So that's pretty much it in that top pouch. And the coolest thing to me is this little ND filter pack. And I think it's pretty cool because it comes in ND16 all the way up to ND256. And those are some hefty ND filters. I've never seen an ND256 before, so I'm excited to try that out. Maybe I can just look at the sun and everything would be fine. But I guess you're equipped for all sun conditions. So That's all I got for this one. Unfortunately, I don't have any new drone footage to show you guys. I just registered it with the FAA, so I'm waiting for my stickers to come in and my registration card, and then I'll go out and get some new drone footage for you guys. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the drone and if you would buy one. As always, like and subscribe for more content like this. Skiddly bop that bell to be notified when I post another video. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, got the orbit again. Oh, I hit myself. There we go. There's the orbits. I don't need... Oh. That was inappropriate. How dare you.